Greetings of the day. Welcome to another session of Multimedia Technologies. My name is Muhammad Rahmat Ali. In today's session, we are going to continue the part from where we have left yesterday about the fundamental concepts of audio and video. So, before starting our today's session, let me revise what are the things that we have studied in the previous session. In the previous session, we studied about the introduction to the third unit, in which we have seen the fundamental concepts of what audio video is and how what is analog video, what is digital video. Also, with reference to, we have seen what is analog audio, we have seen what is analog or digital audio. Also, we have seen the fundamental concepts regarding the digitization of the audio and video signals. Also, we have seen some of the references of how it is being implemented. So, the last part we have studied about the component video and composite video. In today's session, we are going to learn about the S video, which is also called as separated video or super video. Now, what actually this super video or S video is all about? This particular subject which we are studying is completely based on the audio and video segment and segregation of audio and video. Also, we are going to see about the different multimedia applications with reference to the audio and video, and also we are going to see about the implementation and the picturization of video on the screen from any of the source to the screen. What are the different ways and what are the different mechanisms and what are the means by which we can project the video, by which the video transfers the information from the device to the screen, and what are the disturbances that is being created with reference to the videos. And also, we are going to see about the different audio and quality of audio sounds and how an analog voice is been converted to the digital sound. Now, with reference to this S video as a compromise, which is said as separated video or super video, for example, SPHS uses two wires, one for luminance and another for a composite chrominance signal. Now let me see the picture of it. This is how it looks like. Wherein we will be sending some of the information through this signal. So how it is being sent as a signal? It says as a result there is less crosstalk between the color information and the crucial grayscale information. Now what do you mean by this? If at all if you have observed at any instance of time, if at all there is a CRT TV, if at all if you have observed it or not, or whether if you have your elder brothers or elder siblings, you ask them if at all there was any of the CRT TV, and when that TV was on, if at all if you take any of the magnet near to the CRT screen, that part will get blue, or that part will be like it will be something like distorted type of thing, or sometimes it might get permanently damaged. So that's the reason the magnet was not to be taken near to the TV screen. And also, if at all if you go to any of the repair shop with reference to TV and all those things, and also with reference to the digital screens that we have nowadays, if at all if you take any of the magnet near to that, it will be marked, that particular place will be marked. So to have a separation of the information, these two crosstalks will be taken. Now what will be there in that? In this, the color information will be sent with reference to the grayscale and with reference to the different colors which is being segregated among that. Also, if at all if you see, at some instance of time, if the TV is not working properly, the color screen will change into gray screen. Why? Because either the cable by which the information is coming, either it is been damaged, or the CRT mechanism which converts the color signal to grayscale or grayscale to color signal, or that is been damaged or that is been distorted. So it can have either of the reasons. So that is been said over here. There is less crosstalk between the color information and the crucial grayscale information. If at all, if we compare with reference to component video and composite video, the distortion was very much. If at all, if we now see nowadays also, if at all if you are using any of the star cable, or if at all if you are using any of the DVD player, if at all something some dust is been there on the end of the wires, if at all if you put that particular thing on the TV, that TV image will not be clear. Either it will be distorted with reference to color, or it will be distorted against with reference to the blue color, or that particular part will be completely a grayscale type of information, or grayscale will be displayed. Why? Because that particular image is being distorted. Now the next point says the reason for placing luminance into its own part of signal is that black and white information is most crucial for visual perception. Now what do you mean by this? See, what are the colors that we see, the colors that we imagine, and the colors that we see is either white or black. If at all if you close your eyes, if at all if you close your eyes and if at all if you imagine something, the imagination will always be in black and white color. The imagination will always be in black and white color. Also, if at all if you are under the hot sun, if at all if you see towards the sun, or if at all if you see towards the sky, then you close your eyes, you will be only seeing two colors, either white color, bright white color, or you will be seeing bright dark color. So why? Because these two colors are being used for the recognition of the picture. It can be a video or it can be an image. For this particular thing, black and white color plays a very prominent role. And also we're going to see how these particular things are being calculated and how these things are being taken into consideration, why black and white information is most crucial for the visual perception. Why? Because these two colors will have the tendency, or our vision has a tendency to recognize these two colors very correctly. Why? Because see, in olden days, if at all if you observe, the movies that used to come was a black and white type of a movie. There was no color movies. Why? Because if at all if there is a black screen, the white objects will be moving. If at all the black back screen is white, the black objects will be moving. Why? Because to differentiate the color and to make that particular thing very specific, that things were being used. And if at all if you see nowadays with reference to the VFX and graphics that is being used nowadays, you cannot imagine what is there at the background. Using a blue screen or using a green screen can completely change the background and visual effects. Everything will be changed at the background. Now with reference to this black and white information is most crucial for visual perception. Now the next point it says, in fact, humans are able to differentiate spatial resolution in grayscale images with much higher acuity than for color part of color images. Now what do you mean by this? Like I have told you, if at all if you have a picture, even though you have shades of black, shades of white, but when you are particularly seeing a black and a white color, you have a human tendency of remembering those colors easily. Whereas if at all if you see different colors with reference to differentiating colors, there are n number of colors, there are n number of shades in black, n number of shades in white, n number of shades in pink, red, green, yellow, orange, magenta. We have different shades in this. But to remember that particular color and to differentiate those things, white and black is the best colors to visualize and to assume that particular thing. Also, if at all if you have any of the night blindness, or if at all if you are seeing anything with night vision, there you will see the objects that are moving will be in black and white format. Though that particular object is completely black, but still you might be able to have a outline of a white color of that particular object or particular thing moving. Why? Because we have a clear vision of differentiating these two colors. Now the next one is with reference to, as a result, we can send less accuracy or less accurate color information than must be sent for intensity information. We can only see fairly large blob of colors, so it makes sense to send less color details. Also with reference to the other colors, it takes a lot of efforts and a lot of different mechanisms to convert the grayscale image to the color scale image and color scale image to grayscale image, and also to decode different colors and different things. Now just for an instance, we'll stop it over here and we will think about, like, see, if at all, not if at all, we have a lot of channels, like for example, let me take the sports channels that we have: Sony 6, Sony 1, Sony 2, Sony 3, Star Sports 1, Star Sports 2. But when we are having already this particular thing, there is one more channel by the name Star Sports 1 HD, Sony Max HD. Why these HD channels are being introduced? What is the difference between the normal sports channel and the HD channels? The color clarity or the image pixels or the quality of video, what is the difference? The difference lies in the color image format. The images and the colors that is been moving per second in a normal video will be very much high in HD. You might be able to see, if at all, if you pause the video at any instance of time, you might be able to see the different colors in that particular frame. With reference to 480 image quality, with reference to 720 image quality, and with reference to 1080 image quality, now you can clearly differentiate the quality of the video. But here we are talking about the color part. If at all, if you see the color part in 480 image and 720 image, there will be a slight increase in the blurriness of the picture, and when we come from 720 to 1080, there you can see a clear difference of colors, where red color has started and where red color is ending. Whereas if at all the same image is when compared with 480, you may not be able to differentiate the colors, that all of the colors will look like a similar color. You might not be able to differentiate that particular color with reference to other colors, where the red has started, where the red has ended, where yellow has started, where yellow has ended. But when we compare the same particular video frame with reference to 1080 pixel type of a frame, there you can see a clear difference between where red has started, where red has ended, where yellow has started and yellow has ended. So that's the important thing. This comes under the quality of the picture. This comes under the quality of the images that is being used. Also with reference to, if at all, if you have seen the movie called as Avenger, where everything was being made with reference to VFX, if at all, if you pause the video at any frame of the video, you will not be able to differentiate where VFX is being used. Why? Because they have embedded that particular code in such a way that you may not be able to differentiate those colors or those different frames, how it is being clubbed together. So that's the thing that is being said over here. Now moving on to the next slide, this is the pictorial representation of the S video, wherein you will be having this particular thing. If at all, if you clearly, if at all we keenly observe it, these were the things that we were using in the keyboards and mouse recently, the same type of images or the same type of a thing. This were being used for the video quality purpose. Now the next one is with reference to the visual representation. Now we have seen with reference to the video format, S format, component format and composite format. Now we are going to see about the visual representation. Now what do you mean by visual representation? Visual representation is a reflection of the object that we assume it in our brain. It's a visual type of an imagination or image that we assume. If at all, if you see, like if at all, if you are walking in a desert, you're walking in a desert, you might be seeing there is some water. You might be seeing, like there is some water at some particular place. When you go to that place, there will be no water. Why? Because your senses and your imagination and your visualization has said that that particular place has got some water. Why? Because you have got an image, you have got something in your brain, you have got something in your as an imagination which reflects water, which represents water, which interprets as water. So you might think that particular place has got water. Okay, this is what you call as the desert deceives. So this is the only reason it is been said that deserts deceives with reference to water. You will be seeing those things which are unimaginable. Like you might be seeing different creatures as an imagination, but those things will not be actual things, but you might be seeing with reference to the imagination. Now, with reference to assuming someone, also with reference to a particular thing, I'll tell you. If at all, if you have met your childhood friend, which you all have studied in second, third class, then your friend has left the school. Now, after 7, 8 years or 10 years, you all are uniting together. At that instance, if at all, if you see someone's face, you will be having some visual collection in your mind. You will be having some visual collection in your mind, and your mind will be telling that this particular image is of that particular person. And you are like, as soon as that particular image is being sent to your brain, then it reflects back. Also with reference to recognizing people, also with reference to decoding something which you have learned, or when you are writing the examination, when the options are similar, it looks similar as a visual part, but those are different things. That particular thing we are going to study in this particular subject, or in this particular slide, which is with reference to the visual representation. Now, what do you mean by the visual representation? This visual representation refers with reference to the type of image that you are seeing. For an example, you are seeing a movie in a theater at 70 mm screen. You are seeing a particular movie in a multiplex theater. You are seeing that particular movie in a 3D format. You are seeing that particular movie in an 8D format. The visual experience of all of these different categories will be totally different from one another. It will be totally different from one another. Why? Because the quality of image that you are seeing, the quality of frame changing is totally different, and the experience that you are gaining from that particular movie or that particular visual representation will be totally different. So what it is said over here, in order to accurately convey both spatial and temporal aspect of a scene, the following properties are considered. Like there are approximately about 8 properties. We will try to cover all of the 8 properties possible today, or we will divide this particular properties 4 and 4, and we can continue in the next slides. Now, at the first stage, the first one is with reference to the vertical details and viewing distance. Now, what do you mean by this? This means that if at all, I hope you all have studied with reference to the computer graphics, not a computer graphics exactly, with reference to engineering graphics exactly. With reference to the engineering graphics, you have front view, you have top view, you have side view. When you see an object from a front view, the image that you have is totally different. When you see the same object from the top view, the image will be different. Let me consider the example. The best example is with reference to the Burj Khalifa that we have. If you see from the top view, the Burj Khalifa looks like a small tiny building. It looks like everything is with reference to the ground. But if you see it from the front view, then you can see a clear picture. At that instance, you can see a clear picture how Khalifa is tall. How much tall is Burj Khalifa? The same thing has been said over here. The geometry of a television image is based on the ratio of a picture width to the picture height. We call it as WNH, called the aspect ratio. Now, what do you mean by this aspect ratio? Aspect ratio uh, is a thing wherein the picture size and image quality is being set. Now, at this instance, the wallpaper that comes for a laptop, the wallpaper that comes for a desktop, the wallpaper that comes for a mobile phone. These three wallpapers will be having three different aspect ratio. The image size of a mobile image or a wallpaper image for a mobile will be totally different and it will be HD. If at all if you try to make that particular image as a desktop wallpaper and a laptop, it will get distorted. It will get distorted. Also, if at all if you want to, if you are trying to make a desktop image wallpaper as your mobile wallpaper, then that particular image will not be coming fully. You need to select a part of that particular image. So that is what we call as aspect ratio. Now what aspect ratio is? Aspect ratio is the screen size that you want. This particular screen size can be anything. It can be 4:3, it can be 3:4, it can be 6:10, it can be 10:3, it can be anything. It can be anything with reference to the aspect ratio. But the aspect ratio is with reference to the width and height of a picture. Okay. Now, next point says that conventional aspect ratio is 4:3. The conventional aspect ratio for any of the image is with reference to the 4:3 ratio. The next point it says the angular field of view is determined by viewing distance d and calculated as d by h. D by h in the sense distance by height. Distance by height. Now what do you mean by this distance by height? From how distant you are seeing that particular object. Now what do you mean by this particular thing? This particular thing means like how closely you are able to see that particular thing. If from a far place you might be seeing a small size of the building. The moment you come closer to it, the size of that building will get increased. Now at this instance, when you have seen this particular building from a far place, was that building too small? No. That building was tall at that instance also, and when you reach that particular building, at that instance also the building was the same height. But your vision or your visualization and your visual representation of that particular image was different at different places. So this is what we said over here. Now the next one is with reference to the horizontal detail and picture width. Now which can be determined from the aspect ratio. As I have told you, the horizontal details and picture width can be determined with reference to the aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is with reference to the quality of the image, the screen size that you want to divide as an individual part. So that is what we call as an aspect ratio. So the third part is with reference to the total details content of a picture. Now what do you mean by this? Since not all lines, horizontal and vertical, are visible to the observer, additional information can be transmitted through them. Now, at this point of time, let we stop over here and let me think what actually is this. If at all, if you have seen the mobile phone by the name Samsung S6 or S7 Edge, if at all that phone drops, there will be some of the lines on the phone. The display will be getting lines. But if at all if you drop a normal phone, you will not be getting lines. That particular part will automatically get disturbed. It will not be working properly. But with reference to Samsung S7 or S6 Edge, when it gets dropped, you will be getting lines on that particular things. What are those lines? Those lines are the informations that is being passed. That lines are vertical, also that lines are horizontal. By that particular thing, the information is being passed. The information is being passed from the lines, and those lines are very thin, but when it gets broken, then only you will be able to see those particular lines. So since not all lines, horizontal and vertical, are visible to the observer, additional information can be transmitted through them. The fourth one is with reference to the depth perception, which is with reference to the birth. Death is a result of composing a picture by each eye from different angles. Now, this is very important. Have you seen the image with reference, like in the image which is been there in Salarjung Museum, wherein one side of the image is with reference to a warrior, the second side of the image is with reference to a woman who is collecting a water. Now, if at all, if we observe from our side, it looks like as if there is a warrior. If at all someone at their opposite end is seeing that particular image, it looks like some girl is taking some water, or some girl is trying to get some water. Now, here the image has two sides. The image has two sides. Now, to cover all of these two sides, the different sides of image should be taken into consideration, so that we can get a clear picture of it. The similar thing with reference to the 6 and 9 concept. If at all, if I draw a 6 in front of you, it looks like 6 for me, but for you it looks like an 9. For me it is 6, for you it is 9. But my side of image is 6, your side of image is 9. So here, if we combine our experiences together, then we can get a clear picture that at that particular place of time, or at that particular instance, it looks like 9. At this particular span of time where I am standing, it looks like 6. So that is what we call as depth perception. Now, in a flat TV picture, perceptive appearance of the subject matter, choice of focal length of the camera lens, and changes in depth focus. Now, if at all, if you see the experience, like nowadays we all have got the flat TVs, and also we have got smart TVs. In recent time there used to be, like CRT TVs, and the other different types of TVs, LCD, LED TVs. Now, if at all, if you see the experiences on all of these TV pictures, there is a lot of difference with reference to the quality of image, with reference to the aspect ratio, with reference to the pixels, and also with reference to the resolution that is being produced. Now, let me understand this particular thing. A 480 quality of image or 480 quality of video is being played on an HD Samsung TV. What is the quality that you will be getting? And on the same TV, 1080p type of video is being played. At the both of the pictures will be similar, but the difference will be in the quality of the image that it produces. The type of conversions into an HD image will be different. The experience that you get from that particular image will be as if that particular thing is in front of you. You are not seeing that particular thing, but you are experiencing that particular thing. So for that particular thing, the depth perception is very important. Okay. So this was all with reference to multimedia technology for today's session. If at all, if you have any doubt with reference to today's session, please ping me at ramat_ali2u@yahoo.com, or we can have a doubt clarification session soon or in the coming session. Until then, take care. See you in the next session.